What's up guys, welcome to another session by the D365 blogger. Today we're going to look at how to integrate Azure Cognitive Services to Dynamics 365 using Microsoft Flow. Now I'm a big fan of the Azure Cognitive Service. You can introduce a lot of rich functionality using the Azure Cognitive Services to Dynamics 365. What I'm also super impressed is the evolution of Microsoft Flow. A lot of functionality we used to achieve using plugins, JavaScripts or custom workflows can now be achieved with Microsoft Flow, which is super amazing. So let's dive into today's example and see what we are trying to achieve. So the business case is we have a multinational company which receives emails from all over the world in different languages. These emails, regardless of the language, should be translated to English in Dynamics 365 customer engagement. So if you look at the first scenario is this is a global organization and the organization is receiving emails from various languages. All emails received needs to be converted to English automatically by the system. So let's look at how we can solve this problem using Cognitive Services and Microsoft Flow. So let's look at the solution in a high level. So the first step is I'm going to create a custom text box in the email entity to store the translated text. Then I'm going to create a trigger on Microsoft Flow to initiate the process every time an email is created. The third step is to clean the HTML tags. Now, why do we have to clean the HTML tags? So what happens is when an email is received, the email body contains HTML tags. Before we pass the text to the cognitive service, we need to remove this HTML tag, or else the cognitive service will translate both the text as well as the HTML tags as well, and it's not going to look good. Next, I'm going to detect the language. Because the company will be receiving emails in various languages, we need to make sure we first of all detect the language before we translate it. Then we're going to translate the language and then we're going to update the email with the translated text. So let's go to Dynamics Custom Engagement and see how things are built. So here I am in the email form in Dynamics 365 Custom Engagement, and I have created a custom text box to store the translated text. In Microsoft Flow, I have created a trigger. So every time a email record or email message is created in Dynamics 365 Custom Engagement, the process is going to initiate. I'm going to take the description of the email message and I'm going to pass it to the HTML to text service, and then I'm going to detect the language. So notice I'm using the response of the HTML to text action in the detect language. So by the time I get to the detect language stage, I have text that doesn't have the HTML tagging. So once the language is detected, I'm passing it to the translate text service. So here the text is going to be again the text that is returned from the HTML to text service. My target language is going to be English, so every translation will happen to English. So I'm going to use the language code returned by the detect language service to identify what is the source language. Now the next thing I have to do is, because I have received the email and the email is on read-only state, I have to change the status of the email to draft before I go and update it. So in this stage, I'm going to set the activity status to open, and in the next update step, I am inserting the translated text to my custom text box I just created, and also I'm setting the activity status back to completed. So now you can see I have received an email from this customer, and the email text is in a different language, and the process has automatically kicked in, and Microsoft Flow has done its work and passed the text to the cognitive services and have successfully translated the text to English. So you can see the whole solution was built without a single line of code. This is the power that Microsoft Flow brings into Dynamics 365 Custom Engagement. I'm hoping to do more videos around how to connect Microsoft Flow with all the other various services. I hope this solution will become useful in your day-to-day consulting work. I'll see you again with another Dynamics 365 tip.